What's going on, y'all? It's your good old friend Jesse Lee here. Today, we have the sad, sad truth that we need to clip down all but one. It's always a sad day. Look at that damn pigtail on. What the hell? Now, when you are growing hot peppers, you cannot leave that many in a cell. You just can't. Well, that's not even a cellar. Well, I did a little bigger this year. I'm about to do the Miracle Grow. And they say 1/2 to 1/4. I learned with these hot peppers and these sweet peppers, give them all they can handle. Last year I gave them all they can handle, and well, go check out my YouTube page at Jesse Co Peppers on YouTube, and you'll see how big they got and how many peppers they got off of them. So don't let anyone fool you and say, oh, they can't handle. Give them all they can. I mean, now there's a limit. Don't be sitting there putting, putting like 8 or 9 or 10 tablespoons of, but it called for one little end of the Miracle Grow. It has the big end and the little end. I put 3 of the little ends. So it's like, within reason. But today we have the sad truth that we have to cut these guys down. Now, most people would think, hey, let's go for that guy. He's the biggest and everything. But as you can see, he's cockeyed to the right there. And I have a feeling he's going to be a pain in the butt once he gets bigger, because his cotyledons, these little guys right here, that's what provides nutrients until they fall off, and then you got to give them nutrients. But I have a feeling as he gets bigger, he's going to go more and more and more to the side, and he's going to be a bitch. This one looks good, but the leaves in the middle are small. This guy is way down in there. It's hard to see, but he's already working on his third set of leaves. Plus, he's in the middle. And this one looks pretty good too. So, but I like how it's short and stumpy, so it's going to be a more sturdy plant. So I'm kind of debating. And since this one has a second set of leaves that are bigger, he's a little farther ahead. And in my mind, that tells me that even though he's stumpier, he's stronger. So what we're going to do, it kills me to do this, is we're going to take off. And I could pull them, but I don't want to pull the roots. So, sorry, buddy. So, all these, all 3 of these, even though these would have been very good, viable plants, we're down to 1. And like I said, just because I think, he's not the biggest one, tallest, and I don't want him super tall and leggy, but because his leaves are bigger and thicker, I have a feeling he's going to be a good candidate. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. We'll see. Now, for the Matthew Arthurs, warthogs, it's an obvious choice. A lot of these have very jagged, and even though this one right here probably would make a good one eventually, this guy right here seems to be the healthiest. All the seeds seem to be a little jagged, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. I've never grown this species before of Matthew Arthur warthogs, but I think, and I don't like how he's on the corner like that, but I'm going to be transplanting him here in the next 2 to 4 weeks anyway, so, and yes, he does have roots coming out already. So, even though he's in the middle, when I do plant him in the planter, I'll just plant it over. I won't plant it in the center because that way it'll be all upside. I'll plant it over a little bit to the left so that way the plant's in the middle. But regardless, he has soil, so he will survive. He will survive. I never claimed to be a singer. But no. So we are going to take all these warthogs, which kills me because I love warthogs. They're super, super hot. In my opinion, the hottest, but everybody has their opinion. Very close to a chocolate prima Italia in my mind, but and you got to plant 5 or 6 to begin with because you never know. What if I only planted one and this little reject one was the one that came up? I would have been stuck with him. So instead of pulling it out and pulling all the roots out, we're just going to do that. And then we're left with him. Like I said, he's not in the middle, but can't predict which ones are going to come up when. The sweet ones, I'm not going to pull just yet. I want to get bigger, but I have a feeling that this guy right here, closest to my thumb, he's going to be the. And this is just a color batch. Could be red, blue, or blue. Yeah, I wish there's no blue color in peppers. Red, green, yellow, white, chocolate. Who knows? Only 3 out of the 6 came up, but those seeds have been in the refrigerator for years. I'm surprised they came up at all. So. Cut down just yet. I'm gonna let them go because, like, this guy, he has bigger cotyledons, but this guy has more leaf growth. So, but this guy is bigger, so we gotta wait and see. But today we're gonna be doing Miracle-Gro on these 3, the Reaper, or what's supposed to be the Reaper. Let's just say I got seeds from. I'm not gonna say it in order, but there was a. There's a word express, there's a word king, and there's a word seed. You put it in the order that you want to. But apparently last year it turned out to be a Savinia Habanero, which is okay because I still got a buyer for, but Reapers would be nice. I know for sure those are Warthogs because I got them from Matthew Arthur and myself after waiting a year. Thank you so much, Matthew Arthur. Shout out to you, brother. We're going to make a lot of money for the children. And then these are just store-bought, you know. These are green. These are colored. So we're going to be treating with Miracle-Gro today the Reaper or Savinia Habanero, the Matthew Arthur Warthog, and the color ones. These are going to be shortly behind. And then all these are still just starting to seed. These I just planted in my sweet paprika. I just got the seeds from Hungary. So they're going to take a while. I did have ghost pepper in there. The ghost pepper seeds, guys, I'm sorry to say. But unless I have a ghost pepper in the freezer somewhere, I'll look. It ain't going to happen this year. The 2-year, going on the 3rd generation of ghost pepper might be dead, sadly. Because they were some bomb, kick-ass ghost peppers. But we got plenty of big mama mustards. I only planted 6 and there's 7, so I don't really know what happened there, but okay. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a small one there growing up. Don't know what happened there. These are the pepperoncinis, and they're not really coming up yet, but I did dig down a little bit to see, and they are getting tails on them, so they will be coming up shortly. These are the Jimmy Nardello, and they are starting to come up. I have a little trouble getting the seed head off, so I'll have to wet them down. And then we got, this is, I don't know how to pronounce it. I call it Lasher Slosher, but I don't know what it's called. It's a type of spicy paprika, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just call it Lasher Slosher. You know, kind of like Worcestershire sauce. You know, nobody really knows how to pronounce this shit. And then we got purple UFOs. Now, as you can see, that one is a lot bigger than the rest. So I don't know if he's just a very healthy one, because I did put a mystery pepper in here, which was actually out of my Penrose pickled sausages. And I don't think it came up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these guys go to, you know, getting some good set of leaves, 2 or 3 set of leaves, and then I'm going to, focus. And then I'm going to determine if they look different or the same. What I'll probably end up doing is just growing this one. I'll take one that I know it's a UFO, and then one that's like that, and then I'll grow them both out and see if they're both UFOs or not. But I have a buyer for UFOs, and he really likes them, so if he likes them, hey. I also have, like I said, these are the Lasher Slosher, or whatever you call them. There's some trouble with these little seed heads. You really don't want to pull on them real hard, because you'll pull, if they don't come right off, you just water them down a little bit and they'll, just put a little water like this, guys. Just take a little bit of water and just spray the heads down, and it helps them remove, helps them get some of that water, or that water helps soften up the seed heads and helps them get off. But We got two there, and then one little one in the middle there starting. But they're coming along. Oh, I better do that guy too back here. What's that back here? That's Jimmy Nardello's. Get the Jimmy Nardello's too. We got them, and they're nice and. Of course, I don't want to focus. Get the Jimmy Nardello's. So now that is. I know I just did an update, but I just wanted to show you the cutting down process. And like I said, it's sad sometimes, guys, but it has to be done. Okay, well, I'm going to feed these guys some highly concentrated, not highly concentrated, but concentrated Miracle-Gro, just for these, them two and that one there in the back. And then as these start to come up and do a little better, we will give them Miracle-Gro too. Till next time, we'll see y'all later. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.